Stay tuned for the most shadow banned channel on YouTube.
Have you ever watched Scotty Kilmer on his channel? I do, and I enjoy listening to him too, or watching him, I should say. And I learn quite a bit from him. And I appreciate what he has to offer on his channel. However, and this is a big qualifying however, in one area, I think Scotty is wrong. This deserves a good talk about. Hello anyone, I'm Scott Bame. They called me the old farmer. Scotty Kilmer is an old retired mechanic, has a YouTube channel, knows quite a bit. And I listen to him and I take his advice where appropriate. Just for an example, I bought a OBD2 reader that he recommended, and it does a good job.
Rev up your engine!
If he says something that relates to what my vehicles are and such, I listen to him, and I buy those products that he recommends. So I think you can say that I trust the man. However, it doesn't mean that I always agree with him. And this is where the difference is on this one particular thing. He had a video up and he was just sitting at his desk talking. It's one of those. I'll put the link to the video and his channel down in comments. Okay? He was talking about, the subject he was talking about was Volkswagen owns the name Scout. And they want to put it out as a different brand, like GM, General Motors, had Oldsmobile. Separate but part. And their electrics, and they're all electrics as far as I know, aren't selling, including the Scout. So they thought maybe if we put a gas motor and a generator in the car, people would be willing to buy it because it would have a much longer range. And Scotty thought it was a silly idea. I don't. I think it's a good idea. It's another step during what should be done for full electric vehicles. And I would say that putting in a generating system of some kind has to be done at this point with electrics. There's just not the network of charging stations that are available. Now, if Volkswagen puts in this generating system, which runs off of a gasoline engine, and it turns a generator. If it's the way that Scotty inferred it to be, I would agree with him that it would be a silly step because there's an inefficiency involved. Why not just run a gas engine for the vehicle? And in that case, it's like what the Volt is or many others. There's an electric motor and then there's a gas motor, both turning the wheels. And that's just plain stupid. It may work well. The Volt by Chevy is a good example, but it's not an efficient example. The way I would have wished they had built it is 4 reversible DC motors. And I think when you put in the generator and you put in a gas engine or one that's fueled by some kind of petroleum, that it's fine-tuned to the generator. Whatever the generator needs to power for the batteries has nothing to do with moving the car down the road, other than charging batteries. That's its goal. It could be a turbine engine. That makes sense. That gives you an opportunity to be able to go hundreds of miles, depending on the size of the gas tank. And you can stop and get gas. And if you're at a hotel overnight, fine, it'll charge up the batteries. And I think there should be a sufficient amount of battery in it. Too many of the hybrids may have 13 miles worth of range on it. Why go to the expense of only 13 miles on a hybrid? Or similar amounts. The Volt was 50 miles. I think it should be 100 miles. That's my opinion. And it should be a plug-in besides, so that you can get your first dose of charge from your house. So Scotty Kilmer, in the way that he thinks that Volkswagen will do the gas engine and generator, I would agree that Scotty's right. However, if Volkswagen does this charging system the way that I think it should be done, then I think Scotty Kilmer is wrong. But whatever the case, I invite you to go over and watch Scotty Kilmer. He's a hoot. And you can tell he knows what he's talking about. Thank you for watching. And please be safe. We'd sure appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a comment. You know how YouTube behaves. They won't believe you watched a video unless you leave a comment. Also, it would help if you ring the bell and do a thumbs up. As you know, if I find a good channel, I pass it on to you. So if you think it's appropriate, it would sure help if you passed us on to your closest 10,000 friends and family. But above all, give a helping hand to someone today. It's the best gift to give. It'll make you feel good too.
Don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, or ring the bell buttons on the Original Old Farmer channel. We enjoy reading the comments that you leave, and they do help the channel, so keep them coming. And once again, thank you for watching The Original Old Farmer.
The VFW National Home for Children, providing families of veterans and active duty military opportunities for growth and development in a nurturing community. Please consider a donation to help their children and families. I.C. Rhodes speaking.